What's up guys, my name is Amir. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be unboxing the Vivo Y20, which is a budget phone by Vivo. It's just about to launch in Pakistan. In this video we're also going to be going through the features and specifications of this device. Price here in Pakistan is 26,000 rupees, but you could probably pick it up lower than that, and price in India is around 13,000 rupees. The phone comes in two colors, Dawn White and our device today, which is Obsidian Black. So let's go ahead and unbox this phone and see what it's all about. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. So here we have the Vivo Y20 box, and it comes in only one RAM storage configuration, so 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. On the back we have some key features. Now let's go ahead and open the box. And inside it, on the very top, we have a folder which has a SIM ejector tool, some user manuals, and a silicone protective case. Moving on, we have the handset itself. Let's go ahead and unwrap it. So the Vivo Y20 has a very glossy finish. The phone is made of plastic, so we have a plastic back and a plastic frame, but the back is so glossy that it looks and feels like glass. I really like the way light bounces off this thing. When light hits it, you'll see rays of light coming from the camera module. The frame of the phone doesn't have that glossy finish. It's more of a matte finish, which makes it less slippery to hold. The phone also comes with the pre-applied screen protector. And talking about buttons and ports, we have a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which is also the power and screen on-off button. Above that are the volume rockers. On the left side is a SIM tray. And then on the bottom, we have a headphone jack, a micro USB port, and a speaker grill. So moving on, we're now going to talk about the specifications of this phone. So we get here a Snapdragon 460 chipset, which is based on a 10nm architecture along with an Adreno 610 GPU. This is a fairly recent chipset by Qualcomm. This is the second phone that I'm seeing with the same chipset. Before this, we saw the Realme C17. And according to Qualcomm, the Snapdragon 460 offers about 70% better performance than the Snapdragon 450, which was a fairly underpowered processor. Alongside that, the phone also has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of eMMC 5.1 storage. I'm going to leave some benchmarks on the screen for you to check out. And from those benchmarks, I think you can see that this chipset is much better than the previous generation. It's going to be able to handle all of your social media apps, daily usage apps, just fine. Even going through the menus is going to be fairly smooth. You're not really going to feel any lag or anything like that. If you play PUBG on your phone, it's probably going to run on low settings, but the experience is going to be very smooth. If you play Call of Duty Mobile, then this phone is going to be able to handle it at high settings even. So as a daily usage phone for social media consumption or watching videos and movies, and also for some casual gaming, I think this phone should be okay. Now talking about the display, the Y20 has a 6.51-inch 720p IPS LCD panel, which has a pixel density of 270 ppi. On the top of the display, we have a dewdrop notch, which houses the phone's selfie camera. Now this display is 720p, it's not full HD, but at the same time, I've never noticed any pixelation with 720p displays ever. I keep talking about this in all of my videos. For most people, this resolution should be just fine unless you are part of the pixel peepers or the pixel police who really want the highest PPI count on their display. But with the lower resolution of the 720p display, you're going to be saving processing power and the battery, because the processor is going to have to run fewer pixels and the battery as well. So it's kind of like a toss-up between having better performance and better battery life along with a lower resolution. The phone comes with Android 10 out of the box with Vivo's FunTouch OS, which has received a recent facelift, and now your home screen looks a little bit different. You've got an app drawer right at the beginning. In the past, Vivo's interface was very close to what you get in Apple's iOS in terms of looks, but now they've changed it. The phone also comes with a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, as I showed you earlier. The speed of this fingerprint sensor is pretty decent, so if you can see, I really like the speed of the fingerprint sensor. It's very responsive, very snappy, and I don't think you're going to have any issues with it. Now moving on, let's talk about the battery and charging setup. So the Y20 comes with a big 5000 milliamp hour battery, which also makes the phone a little bit chunky to hold. It has a bit of weight to it. You can tell that it has a big battery in it. But the 5000 milliamp hour battery coupled with a Snapdragon 460 and a 720p display is going to translate into very good battery life. This phone could be a good option for those people who need good battery life from their phone, perhaps because of their their occupation, or if they're students, or they watch a lot of movies and need that battery life. Now, there is a bit of a complaint that I have with this phone, and that is that in Pakistan, it's shipping with a 10-watt charger. So there's no fast charging here. But in India, this phone is launching with 18 watts of fast charging. In this price range, it used to be that fast charging was really rare. But now, with time, we've seen other competitors come out with phones in this price range that do offer fast charging. So I think that is something that Vivo should have included. But once you charge the phone fully and use it with a full battery, I think you're going to get good battery life from this phone. Moving on, we're going to talk about the cameras. So here we have a triple camera setup, but it's a very basic camera. So a 13 megapixel wide angle main camera, along with a 2 megapixel macro sensor and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. And on the front, we have an 8 megapixel selfie shooter. Front and back cameras both support a maximum video recording resolution of 1080p at 30 frames per second. But one thing that I do like about this camera is that both the front and back cameras have HDR, which are going to help you maximize your dynamic range. And even in bright environments, you're going to get nicely blue sort of skies because of the HDR. Otherwise, the camera is very, very basic. You're going to get a very flat sort of image. It's not going to be very, the colors aren't going to pop very much. And you can't expect this phone to be a good phone for camera enthusiasts. So if camera is a priority for you, perhaps you should pass on this one. But other than that, as a media consumption device for your daily usage, for social media apps, or just regular phone usage, or also for casual gaming, I think this phone is a decent enough option. But I want to know what you think about the Vivo Y20. Let me know in the comments section below. Would you buy it? Would you not? What else would you consider buying in this price range of around 25,000 rupees? That'll be all for this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.